So Dennis, as we kind of start to wrap things up, just 2 minutes or so, what's one thing that you really want people to take away and remember about when it comes to this?
That yes, there was a pandemic. Yes, COVID hit. Yes, that happened, but frankly, get over it. I mean, the world has changed, and you need to change the way that you think about hiring and retaining talent. You need to get the work done, and you can't expect that the what worked before to work. You've got to figure out what works for you, and you've got to get what you need to get done. And I think Frankie hit a lot of this on people just have preconceived notions and how they used to work. And I think, again, with my customer base, if you are small, be nimble, have the advantage. It's going to take a long time for these big companies to get it and to be able to do it, to make changes. Your only advantage is that you are small, you are nimble, you can make changes, so make them.
Okay, thanks for that. Kim.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Dennis, thank you. Dennis, you said it very, very clearly. Adjust your mindset, right? Refine your practices for attraction and retention. See if what you're doing is working. And again, with that, it's understanding that, people are not as replaceable as a lot of companies think that they are. They leave. There's all that intellectual capital and subject matter expertise and knowledge that walks out the door. And it can take months to years to find the right people to put in those roles to rebuild it. So, what is that churn costing you, right? And we always say that you call your cable company, they're happy to see you go away, and then they just want to go and get that new customer. Doesn't work like that in what we do. It takes too long to go and develop folks and get them ramped up into the organization. I'd say that from a branding perspective, if employers need to realize that your employees are your brand ambassadors, right? They're a walking billboard for your company. And whether that's good or whether that's bad, an employer needs to take stock up. If people are leaving in droves, they need to get down to the root cause of why they're leaving, because it's probably not all of them. It's probably the employer, right? So with that, do surveys, talk to your employees. What do they like about the company? What's going well? What's not going well? What could be changed? Exploring all areas, from HR to process to benefits to their own personal manager to the company strategy. Surveying and talking to the employees and getting their feedback is really key. So you're not developing these new retention models in a vacuum, right? Figure out what's important to people by talking to them and asking them.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Frankie, what's something that you want people to remember specifically if they remember nothing else?
Well, the thing to remember is every company is competing for a very scarce resource, top human capital, the best people available. So when you're out there and you identify that person, do everything you can to get them on board. You have to move quickly. You have to extend your best and final offer. Make them feel important. Send that offer in a timely manner, strong follow-up communication, quick responses to questions that they have. And if they accept the offer, the process is not done. It's far from done, as a matter of fact. Continue to be in contact with that candidate during the onboarding process. Reach out to them, coach them on giving notice. Every company is making counteroffers. Just like Kim's talking about retaining your employee. If they feel like they're about to lose them, they'll make a counteroffer. They want to retain that employee. The contact between accepting the offer and the first day of employment really makes the difference between having that person you wanted or going back to the starting point. Be prepared for the new hire on their first day. First impression has a major impact. Have their computer ready, their access cards, have a welcome sign, welcoming to our team. It might sound hokey, but that makes a big difference. People love to feel wanted, right? They want to feel part of the team. And when you have that strong employee, again, going back to what Kim said, create and maintain an environment that they do not want to leave. Finding top talent is super difficult. So retaining those employees is critical to the success of an organization.
Kim, what would you like for folks to remember? I'm sorry, Jennifer. I'm looking right at you, Jennifer, going, Kim.
Okay. What I like folks to remember. I think you have to be if you're going to do work remotely, if you're going to like set up this kind of business or work with somebody like this, you need to be crystal clear in what you can handle, what your workday looks like, what other obligations that you have. So just like going to a job, driving, leaving your residence and getting in the car and driving, you know what the commute is, you know what the expectations are at work. If you're going to be working remotely, have that conversation with the person that you're working with or the multiple people. We have an onboarding call with our clients and get to know them, get to know modes of communication. I mean, there's so many factors about working virtually, and keeping in mind, it may sound silly, but these bodies that we're in, we're not meant to sit. You have got to work on all your happy points. You have to keep exercising. You have to stand up. You've got to keep moving. So you have things, you have the work has to get done, but you have to take care of your physical and your mental health. And that's huge. So working with a company that you have that conversation, that's part of the conversation. It's like working with a corporation. What are their benefits? What are the benefits you're going to have in you? As a client and friend of mine says, you're the CEO of You Incorporated. What are you going to do for you if you're going to be a virtual employee or run your own virtual business?
Exactly.